One thing that I realized too late in my 20s is how important discipline is. A lot of us don't take this seriously because in our 20s we are still young. We have not come to the realization of the ghetto that adulthood actually is. So if you're watching this right now and you're in your early 20s and you have just not come to the realization of how much work it takes to actually change your life, then you need to watch this video to the end. And it's not that in my 20s I wasn't doing what I wanted to do or living the life that I wanted to live in my own way. But what I was doing was the bare minimum. I would say I want one thing, but I would do that thing only once or twice and expect my life to change. I didn't realize how much work and how much dedication it actually takes to change your life. So you might be watching this right now, you might feel like, oh, I'm good. But deep inside of you, you know that what you are doing is the bare minimum. Let me tell you, if you do not go and do something that you have never done before, nothing is going to change. So let me say, for example, you are usually the kind of person who likes your comfort zone. You don't like to speak to people, you just like to be on your own. You have to go outside of your comfort zone to get what you want. So you need to learn how to network. That's why I laugh when some people say, oh, they cannot be on LinkedIn. If you know you do not have a job, you've never had a job experience, and you just learned a skill, LinkedIn is the best place to start. That is an example of somebody going outside of their comfort zone. So today I'm going to teach you the steps that I actually took in my late 20s to start changing my life. Number one, learn how to make decisions for your own self. If you work for other people, you will realize that you are more likely to do the work that your boss tells you to do than your own job. In fact, 95% of the time. You need to tap into that same energy and begin to work for your own self. I don't mean that you have to start your own business. I mean you need to start doing the things that you say you want to do. Sometimes I wish that somebody can just remove the word discipline from the dictionary and replace it with decision. Because when it really comes down to it, it is you deciding to do something that you say you will do, even if you are not being paid for it. Because most of the time when we work for other people, we do what we have to do, whether we are feeling like it or not, because we know that we are obligated to do that thing. Now, imagine yourself being obligated to do what you say you will do and making a decision in your mind to do it. So the first thing that I want you guys to know is to make a decision. You need to learn how to start making decisions. In fact, that's the number one boss move. Learning how to make decisions. Oh, today I'm going to film. Oh, today I'm going to plan my content. Oh, today I'm going to apply for this opportunity. Oh, today I'm going to apply for that grant. Oh, today I'm going to start that business. You need to decide. You see all those things that I mentioned? Imagine that you decide to do those things in your early 20s and you stay consistent throughout the period that you're supposed to do those things. There's no way that you're going to be the same. The second thing is dopamine shift. I talk about this a lot in my social media platforms. So if you follow me on social media, you already know this. Dopamine shift. That means you have to shift from pleasure to pain and from pain to pleasure. Usually in your 20s, you're all about the dopamine rush. You're excited to do those things that are so trivial. They don't add any value into your life. What you're going to do in this part is that you're going to shift your dopamine from pleasure to pain. So those things that are usually pleasurable to you but do not add value into your life will become painful for you to experience. So shift your mindset and begin to see those things as painful. When you create that mindset shift, you are going to build necessity for the things that actually matter in your life. Because let's really face it, you want to really drive that car. You really want to see yourself pass that exam. You really want to see yourself post content until people begin to say, oh my God, I know when this girl started posting. So you have to start telling yourself that I find pleasure in applying for this opportunity because it's going to position me for financial freedom. I find pleasure in doing things that add value to my life because I love to see myself grow. Do you see how amazing that is? Do you see how your life is actually getting better in your mind already? The third thing you want to start doing is learning how to break down your task. A lot of people do not do what they want to do and do what they say they will do because they get overwhelmed and then they procrastinate the task. So one thing that you want to do to be disciplined with your goals is to break it down. I call it tiny tasks. You break down big tasks into tiny tasks. So if you want to do something in one day and that thing becomes overwhelming for you mentally and then you procrastinate it, instead of procrastinating it, do 25% of that task that day. So for example, you have to create your portfolio and you have said, today is Monday, I'm going to create my portfolio. Instead of using Monday to create your portfolio, divide that task into a whole week. The funny thing is that at the end of the week, you would have achieved that same thing that you want to do. All you have to do is to take out 45 minutes in your day, every day of that week, to just make sure you crush that small part of the goal that you have set for yourself. This works especially if you're a perfectionist. Always try to look out for how you can break your big task. In fact, even if it's just 5 minutes you have to do that thing in a day, and then commit to also doing it the next day, it will go a long way in changing your life. Trust me. So number 3, always break down your tasks. This last part of the video is so important. Remove your focus from the results and put your focus on your growth milestones. See it that you're creating capacity within yourself to become that version of yourself that has those things that you want, instead of actually chasing those things that you want. So you're chasing your growth milestones and becoming that version of yourself instead of just chasing the results. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. If you have any comments, leave it in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one.